FC Cincinnati has a lot of stars. You have the defending MVP, defending Defensive Player of the Year, and one of the top goalkeepers in the league, along with a few other all-star caliber players. But through all those big names, there is one player who is overlooked by a lot of people: Yuya Kubo. Ask any FC Cincinnati fan and they will tell you that he plays just as big of a role as any of those all-star level players. It's not just because he's second on the team in goals this year, it's because of everything he has done for this franchise. He has been there almost since the start of our MLS existence. In 2020, Cincinnati signed him as a designated player. He led Cincy in goals that year, but they only won 4 games and Yuya only scored 3 goals. At that time, FC Cincinnati as an organization was not in a great spot. After earning their way into becoming an MLS franchise and seeing lots of USL success, up to that point they had finished last in MLS for 2 years in a row. And that was Yuya Kubo's introduction to FC Cincinnati. Then in 2021, it was the same story. Just 4 wins and finished last place in MLS. And Yuya didn't score a single goal in all 29 matches he played. But 2022 would be the year FC Cincinnati would finally break out, making the playoffs and even winning a playoff game. But Yuya would only score 3 goals the whole season and only started 14 games in MLS play. He had to take a back seat in order to help FC Cincinnati win. And he did that without any complaints to the media or coaches. He took it on the chin and kept working hard, providing good play off the bench. Then the magical year of 2023 happened. FC Cincinnati lifting their first MLS trophy. Yuya would start even less games in MLS play, but he was a spark plug, scoring 2 goals and totaling 3 assists in all competitions. And then you have this year, 2024. 9 goals and 1 assist in MLS play, and recently scoring a goal in Leagues Cup. Earning his way back into the starting lineup with 19 starts on the season. But the reason he earned a starting spot back is because he can basically play every position on the field. Yuya has played 9 different positions this year. That's why I called him the Japanese Swiss Army knife in the title of this video. He is such a well-rounded player that he can be plugged in anywhere and give you good play. But it's not just how he plays on the field that makes an impact. Yuya is FC Cincinnati's all-time leader in appearances. He doesn't have that spot locked up necessarily with Nick Hagglund and Lucho right behind him, but the only person who has been here longer than Yuya is Nick Hagglund. Yuya Kubo is a leader here and has respect from everyone in FC Cincinnati's organization. Not only has he been here through the bad times, but Yuya has taken on every role he has been asked to fill. Whether it's being our number 1 goal scoring option, or being demoted to the bench to mentor younger players, or be an everyday starter playing multiple different positions. And every role that he has been asked to fill, he has taken on, and he's been great at it. That's why people love Yuya so much. His play this year has been huge. Every fan base has that one player that they love. They might not necessarily play every game or have the best stats, but whenever they get on the field, they give 100% every single time. And that's what Yuya is in Cincinnati. This fan base has been through a lot. 3 straight wooden spoons to blowing a 2-0 lead in this past year's Eastern Conference Final. Yuya has been here for all of it, going through his own personal highs and lows. But just like the fan base of FC Cincinnati, Yuya has come back every week and given everything he has to try and win. It's something that is respected amongst everyone. That's why Yuya is mentioned alongside guys like Matt Miazga, Miles Robinson, Lucho Acosta, Luca Orjano, and Roman Celentano. He might not have the star power of those guys, but he's got that dog in him. And having that dog in you is what endears you to a fan base. It's going to be interesting to see how Yuya and FC Cincinnati finish out the year. As a Cincinnati fan, I hope we see our guys going all the way and winning it all this year. I know a lot of Cincinnati fans are trying to say that the Supporters' Shield is the real championship trophy of MLS, but personally, I feel like that's kind of a cop-out. We haven't won a tournament trophy, and every time we are in a tournament, whether it's the Open Cup, Leagues Cup, or MLS Cup, we fall just short. So while I appreciate the meaning of the Supporter Shield, it's not MLS Cup. But we have a team this year that can go all the way. So let's get it this year and win it all. That way there's no more debate. We'll have the Supporter Shield and we'll have MLS Cup. There you go. We'll be undisputed. No matter which one you think is the real championship trophy of MLS, we'll get it.
Had to rep the Kubo jersey for the Kubo video. But yeah, I really wanted to make this video to talk about Yuya Kubo, because I know sometimes like on the broadcast they talk about him, but even this year, like, he doesn't really get the credit from the media outside of Cincinnati that he deserves, in my opinion. This might be a little bold, but he did kind of have an argument to be an all-star selection this year. So did Obina Nwobodo. Obi, in my opinion, has been snubbed the past 2 years, but maybe I'm just terrible at judging that kind of thing. But Yuya has been really great for this team ever since he came here. I mean, for a designated player, he was kind of underwhelming at the start, but with what he was working with, it's not like he had the best situation. But this year, he's really broken out into the player that I think everybody knew that he could be. It's really nice to see him reach that point where you can look at him and be like, yeah, that's a guy that can play every day. He's got his starting job back. He's a big piece of this team on the field. He's always been a big piece of this team, but he's now back to being a big piece of this team on the field that you can actually watch and is scoring goals. So I think that is great for him. But yeah, I just wanted to give him credit, just wanted to talk about him. Needed an excuse to talk about him. So here we are. But anyways, I'm Limitless Pulls. I'll see you guys next time.
What you get mix right, nigga, put it in the blender. Hell yeah, I'm Wingstop. Bitch, I'm feeling chicken tender. It's like the beef from energy and water like Kimber. Hey, turning, looking like dinner. It's like I got the bag, boy or girl.